What up, bitches? It's a misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers. And I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Follow me on BitChute, Brighteon, and Odyssey under same name, Misanthropic One, in order to fight the YouTube algorithm and censorship. Also, as well, to fight the YouTube algorithm and censorship, please like my video, subscribe right now, because this shit's about to be hot. All right. Gina Carano, I'm sure a lot of you know who she is, but for those of you who don't, she is an actress. She started out in mixed martial arts. Very great fighter. One of my crushes that I fucking love to death. And I've been following her since her fighting career. And then her transitioning into acting. I saw her in the movie Haywire back in the day. Went to the movies to go see that shit. And she started to take off as a action star. She was in one of the Fast and the Furiouses. And she is currently, or I should say was, in the Mandalorian, the current Star Wars series. And I was excited when I heard that she was going to be part of that, because I'm more of a casual Star Wars watcher. I'm not like a hardcore Star Wars guy, but I'm more of a casual dude. So Mandalorian, needless to say, I was in and out of some episodes. Granted, great show, written well. There's not all this annoying agenda pushing in the show. It's just the story. That's why it's done so well. Shout out to Jon Favreau, by the way. Anyway, so once I heard that she was part of it, I said, yeah, now I definitely got to see her episodes. And she plays Cara Dune on the show. Plays a great character. Love her to death. Yes, I'm biased. I'm a Gina Carano fan, so I'm automatically going to like her for the most part. So, and she became a fan favorite instantly on the show. People loved her. But we all know, and as I've documented on this channel, there's a Hollywood narrative that you have to follow outside of your acting or whoever you're trying to portray or whatever you're putting out there, whatever you're producing. And Gina doesn't do that. And that's one of the many reasons that I love Gina Carano. She stands her ground. She has takes that don't really toe the line, and I agree with them. But that we'll take that out of the equation for the most part. We'll take that out. But I agree with freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You say what you want. I think that if you're gonna allow one person to be politically active with their rhetoric, then why not allow the opposite? You know what I mean? But we all know that in Hollywood, you're only allowed to lean one way. Okay? So this all started with Gina Carano being on Twitter, which was her first mistake. But we'll leave that aside. And someone had asked her to put pronouns in her bios, which is fucking retarded. Putting pronouns in your bio is the stupidest fucking thing in the world. Like, essentially, people want you to virtue signal by putting your sexuality out there. Why is that anyone's business besides the person you want to fuck? Whatever, but that's a thing now. And essentially, Gina Carano said, nah, I'm not doing that. That's corny. I'm not doing that shit. So people started calling her transphobic and all that stuff, even though she was like, no, I'm not. I don't have a problem with transgender people. I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I agree with her. I don't put my pronoun in my bio for what? It's stupid to me. It's retarded, and I'm not going to be forced to do it. Okay? So eventually she came back and she goes, you know what? I changed my mind. I am going to put my pronouns in my bio. Beep, bop, boop. Those are my pronouns. And I love that shit because it pissed off a lot of y'all. So I love the fact that she's able to get under your skin by doing the most meaningless things. You know what I mean? And she posted other thought-provoking memes talking about the whole mask mandates that are going on and stuff about the election. And mind you, she never came out and said who she voted for or anything. She's just posting stuff that poses a question and makes you think. But again, you're not allowed to do that in Hollywood, okay? So she just recently, let me put this up here. Well, before I put this up, there was hashtags going around because, you know, all these SJWs, they got their panties in a bunch and they were pissed off. Oh, fire Gina Carano. But it completely got overshadowed by the love Gina Carano was getting. And it kind of, I feel, it kind of put Disney in a conundrum because Disney is part of Hollywood. They really want to get rid of her or wanted to get rid of her, but they couldn't because of the revenue and the people that were coming into Disney Plus to go watch her. You know what I mean? She started trending #1. I stand with Gina and all those hashtags. So it was kind of weird. Like, no, we can't get rid of her and this and that. But she did say this on her Instagram, and this is what ultimately led to her getting fired off the Mandalorian and her pussy talent agency dropping her. Let's go. I'm going to show you this real quick. Let me pull this up because it's a little bit small over there. Okay. So she posted this as one of her stories on Instagram. It says, Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could really round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that different from hating someone for their political views? All right. So just want to drop that on you real quick. And what she's saying is 100% accurate. And you have people running around, and this is why I think she got fired. I mean, no doubt it is the reason she got fired, but a lot of people are saying that she's being anti-Semitic. How is that being anti-Semitic? Because look, let me say this first. I believe she got fired because of the analogy with the Jews, because that's a very touchy subject, and we all know it's no secret that a lot of Jewish people run Hollywood. You got to walk on eggshells when you're talking about Jewish people. And that's not anti-Semitic either. That's the equivalent of me saying, or anyone saying, that the NBA or the NFL is dominated by black people, which it is. All right. So miss me with that, you know, and I've said this a billion times. Love Jewish people. They're very organized. I believe that a lot of people, particularly my people, could learn a lot from Jewish people and how they walk and their patterns and everything, especially when it comes to economics. So miss me with the whole anti-Semitic shit. All right. I don't view it as anti-Semitic because her analogy was spot on. You have these fucking low IQ motherfuckers running around saying, well, yeah, how is it the same thing? There were 6 million Jews that got killed, and how is that different from, how is that the same as people that essentially are Trump supporters or conservatives or Republicans? That's what she's basically saying, right? Because we all know her overall point is people like that are looked at as evil. And yeah, of course, there aren't 6 million. There's no roundup of conservative-minded or Republican people. There's no roundup of that. Like, oh, get these motherfuckers and we're gonna kill them all. But the rhetoric is still the same. The patterns that led toward that are still the same. Like, you have this bitch AOC running around talking about I want a list of people that politically oppose me. For what? Like that's shit that Stalin was doing. You know, that's Hitler shit. That's her point. Do you understand? Like there's certain patterns that people see and they're like, whoa. Like ask any Cuban motherfucker or Venezuelan motherfucker about this shit. That's why they don't like socialism and communism, because they see the patterns of that shit happening here and they're against it. So her point is spot on. Her point is essentially the government and I'll take it a step further, the media and all that stuff, they're making people that politically differ from I guess the status quo, the far left narrative. We're the bad guys, essentially. So what she's saying is true, okay? But again, a lot of y'all bought her. A lot of y'all are the same dudes that been coming after her. And I see the comments on Instagram. People are like, oh, yeah, you know, this was a long time coming. Gina Carano, you know the names, transphobic, racist, homophobic, this and that, even though she's none of the above. But y'all happy about it. And to you people that are so happy about that shit, I got to say one thing. You laughing now, but this ideology, this fake social justice nonsense, I've said it once. And I'll say it again. It's going to rear its ugly head towards you because not everybody thinks the same. And the minute you come out your face saying some shit that is deemed controversial or not politically correct, guess what? They're going to come after you. And you got to admit, it's hilarious that, well, it's not funny, but the whole concept is hilarious that she posted this shit talking about essentially cancel culture and all this shit, and she got fired because of it. She got fired because of it. So you essentially proved her point by firing her because she had an opinion that was different than you. You totally validated everything that she says. All right. And I also find it funny, too, that these are the same types of people that will sit and want us talk about strong, independent females and the force is female and all of this nonsense. Meanwhile, she's someone who doesn't bow down, who doesn't kowtow and has her own opinions. But because they don't politically align with you, like, oh, well, fuck her. I hope she dies. You're a racist. You're a homophobe. You're this and that. It's just ridiculous. Listen, let me cut this off. I'm rambling. I stand with Gina fucking Carano. I always have. I always will. I love you, Gina. I hope you see this video. Please share it with her on Twitter. If she's not suspended, I don't know. Please put it on her Twitter. Share it somewhere so she sees it. I support her ass. And that's it. Oh, and shout out Drunk3PO for getting that stellar interview with her. Great shit. I also stand with Gina because she's one of us. She stands with the fucking people, with the fucking fans of franchises. But I think that's it. I'm going on 14 minutes. That's all I got for you, all right? Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. I stand with Gina Carano, and that's it. Peace, bitches.